Designed with the driver in mind, the all-new Mazda CX-90 is the perfect blend of high-performance appearance and world-class refinement. Right now, get 0.9% financing on the all-new CX-90 at Baton Rouge's Mazda dealer. Team Mazda, a member of the Team Automotive Group.
That would be concerning and maybe set a precedent moving forward.
If you have plans to be outside, you might hit a couple of these little passing showers.
A drug bust and a few arrests made. Look at what they hauled in here. Well, good morning to you, everybody. Thanks so much for being with us on that Friday of yours. That's right, Friday. That means the weekend's right around the corner. We start talking about that weekend Monday morning at about 4:31, but it is now on the doorstep. A lot to get to as we get you ready for the Friday to come and then into the weekend. So many things going on. Want to start you right here, though, outside. Actually, we talked about it a little bit earlier. It was clear skies, and then low deck of clouds kind of showed up here to say hello to us on a Friday morning. So let's talk to Dr. Steve, see if we can figure out what's going on. They kind of moved in pretty quick. What's going on?
Yeah, that's right. We're going to have some clouds around, I think, for a little bit this morning. Should see more sunshine as the day progresses, and otherwise bad. We've been keeping an eye out for some fog this morning. Most of us doing just fine. It's been pretty persistent to our east around Bogalusa. Gonzales has dropped to 2.5 miles of visibility, so maybe some light fog there, but I don't really expect it to be much of an issue. But there's that shot once again. We have gone kind of mostly overcast as we head towards sunrise. Still about 11 minutes away from sunrise here in Baton Rouge. It's a warm, humid start for late October standards. Upper 60s to low 70s. Baton Rouge right now an even 70 degrees. I've got temps into the mid 80s by noon, upper 80s this afternoon. Another mainly dry day, not as breezy today. Continue to give you a first alert heads up to the potential of fog returning this weekend. So we pick up our fog cast this evening. Now, if you're going to be out this evening, you should be fine. Any fog settles in, I think, well after midnight. But notice by daybreak tomorrow, our model does show areas of dense fog arriving. So we'll have to keep an eye out for that early Saturday. Most of that's gone by mid-morning, and then Saturday night into Sunday morning, once again, some of that could return. Notice not necessarily everywhere, but by Sunday morning, some patchy dense fog will be possible. The other big story here, a first alert to big changes arriving next week. Here's our European model. Sunday evening. Still warm here locally. Shreveport in the low 70s, but Oklahoma City behind this front in the upper 30s. By lunchtime on Monday, it's getting close to us. Shreveport has dropped into the 50s, and by the time we get up Tuesday morning, you will know the front is here. I know 50s don't sound necessarily that cool, but daytime temperatures on Tuesday, Halloween, may struggle to get out of the 50s. There's going to be a pretty healthy breeze as well. We've got high pressure and control right now, but a trough out west that's going to send that cold front our way. I did want to give you a quick update on the tropics. What was once Tammy coming back to life, it's kind of interacting with a frontal boundary, expected to separate from it, and we could have low pressure developing in the Caribbean as we get later into the weekend and early next week. Development odds, though, back up to 70% with what was once Tammy, and 30% chance of development down here in the Caribbean. Not really concerned for our part of the world as we get these cold fronts moving through. That tends to shield us, and it's very late in the hurricane season for any impacts here. So it stays very warm, mainly dry through the weekend, maybe a couple of showers with the front on Monday, and then the bottom drops out. 61 for a high on Tuesday. Now, trick-or-treating Tuesday night, I think will be dry but chilly, and we'll keep the cool weather around next week. Lows could hit the upper 30s by Thursday morning. 7:06 now. Johnny, get ready to get the heavy coats out as we get into next week.
It should be cooler, though, on trick-or-treat night.
Yeah, it should be, and headed into November next week. It's going to feel like it.
Wow. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. The year's gone by, folks. 10 and 12 starting to get a little slow right there past the merge. Little break tapping from College all the way through past Acadian. Acadian's off ramp periodically backing up onto the interstate. You can see that right there. And folks in that far right lane kind of scooting over if they're going all the way to the downtown area. So that creates a little bit of a bottleneck right there. Meanwhile, the bridge traffic is looking pretty good this morning and a little foggy in the Gonzales area, as he mentioned. So be aware of that. This wreck on Perkins near the Baton Rouge Clinic, that is gone now. Kind of widen our shot, take you out toward the area where we had that crash earlier this week. And northbound I-55 is still closed and will be for the time being while they continue to investigate the situation, see if they need some more involved repair work. 51 is still your alternate going northbound. Hasn't really been a huge issue. It's just a little bit of an inconvenience, but all in all, it hasn't been a huge backup there. And we'll continue to watch that for you. Get updates all day long on social. Well, we do it every morning. We go to Studio B with Matt and Liz. Liz taking a long weekend off, and most deservedly so. And Matt Williams gives us an update in bullet form on what you might have missed during 9 News this morning. Matt.
Johnny, thank you, sir. Appreciate it. So we're going to start you right here. And I know a lot of folks, as they woke up this morning, were hoping they were going to be waking up to better news from Lewiston, Maine. Unfortunately, the news is not what you want to hear. The suspected shooter, after 18 people are killed and a dozen more injured, is still out there. That is the very latest massive manhunt there in Maine, specifically around the Lewiston area. You have nearly 80 FBI agents up there, along with just a slew of other law enforcement agencies and manpower trying to find this suspected shooter. You have classes canceled again today. You have communities being told to literally still shelter in place so this man can eventually, hopefully, be found. What follows today? Of course, we'll keep you updated, but the very latest is waiting for you right here. Everybody, eyes on this story. Want to get you back into South Louisiana here, and it has been, what, 4 days now since just that absolutely horrific crash along I-55 takes the lives of 8 people, and now the coroner is releasing the identities actually of most of them, including a young woman, 21-year-old from Plaquemine, among the 8 killed in this 168 car pileup. But again, just one of the faces. In fact, again, you're looking at some of the others, a father and his young son, just 6 years old, 2 men from Chalmette as well. There you see Corinne Hebert from Plaquemine, that's who we were just showing you. A chef from Hammond in the Kenner area as well, and a man from Missouri. So the takeaway from all this, beyond the deaths here, just the absolute tragedy, is Johnny Asian was showing you this morning that part of the interstate is open now, part of it is not. Obviously, we've got one direction that is, the other direction it's not. We've still got a lot of work to do, DOTD does, looking at exactly the damage caused by this intense heat that resulted from the crash. It's not going to open up fully until they get in there and do that. We'll keep you in the know. Want to let you know, BRPD investigating the death of a man found in North Baton Rouge, North Boulevard, actually. This was Wednesday evening, Wednesday morning, actually, Wednesday afternoon-ish. We actually told you a little bit about it. Now they have ruled his death a homicide. They just don't know who may have done this. So it's a phone call to Crime Stoppers at 344-STOP if you think you might be able to help out. Speaking of Baton Rouge police, second round of interviews for who might be the next police chief. Special committee tasked with doing those interviews, interviewing 5 more just yesterday. Now, this is the second round of interviews. We still have another round to come. That is set for Wednesday. If you'd like to look back at how these candidates answered the questions that were asked of them, things like police accountability, bridging that trust again with the community, curbing crime overall, all that waiting for you right there, WAFB.com and the 9 News app. We want to let you know about this as well. If you missed the Brave Cave Warehouse of Secrets special from WAFB last night, you can find it right here. Our YouTube page has all the, actually it has more than just a special. It has all the individual investigations that have kind of taken place that have led up to where we are now, and of course, what happens next. It's all right there waiting for you. You can find it at the website. You can find it at our YouTube channel as well. Check it out again, Brave Cave Warehouse of Secrets, special put together by our WAFB I-team. This, we were talking a little bit about yesterday, right? UAW, United Auto Workers, they have reached a tentative agreement with one of the big 3, Ford. That means, of course, GM and Stellantis, still workers on strike with those big 2 left automakers. What does this mean for us locally? I mean, this is such a national story, actually international, when you talk about where these cars and trucks end up going. But what does it mean for us locally? Callie Hubbard got a chance to talk with folks in the know, from a business professor at Southern University who kind of breaks it down, to somebody with Kelley Blue Book who actually is, if you're looking to buy right now, what should you be looking at? Find her story. It's right there waiting for you. WAFB.com and your 9 News app. Hey, want to let you know about this. How do you get rid of those important documents, right? The personal stuff, the private stuff, without maybe it ending up in the wrong hands? Shred it. And there's an actual shred fest going on big time. First Bank in Baton Rouge. It's going to go from 9 this morning till 11 this morning. They're going to have the big shred mobile right in their parking lot. Find out where and what you can bring, pretty much anything if it's paper related, Check out the story right there. Get ready for all the food, the rides, the fun. Greater Baton Rouge State Fair. It is, open, and that was earlier. The first weekend is, upon us. And depending on the day you're out there, they got different events and different things to be a part of. To look at the full schedule, what's coming up today and into the weekend, and then next weekend as well. Again, there's a lot going on. Check out the story. It's right there waiting for you. Speaking of right there waiting for you, Dr. Steve was talking about it earlier this morning. Look, it's warm. You know what it is. But come Halloween day and into the evening, we're going to see a drop in temperatures. It's going to feel like Halloween. You're going to want to put on those costumes, but it ain't just Halloween. From now until then and beyond, there's so much going on. We actually have all the times for the parishes about when you're going to be out there trick-or-treating. You've always got a lot of events going on beyond just Halloween evening, all right there waiting for you, just in case you're ready to party. And there you go, ready to party. The last Live After 5 is this evening, downtown Baton Rouge. Always a good time out there, guys. And when you talk about a Live After 5, it's been a really successful run of some great concerts out there, and another one tonight. And Steve, you pointed out, I don't think, look, we all want the rain, probably not on a parade or a concert, and so it doesn't look like it's going to be raining on us.
Yeah, I think anything you got going on this weekend should be okay. You know, we mentioned before, I know Southern is at home tomorrow, 4 o'clock kickoff, but a lot of things get scheduled this weekend with LSU's traditional off weekend before the Bama game. So very busy weekend. Live After 5, you got high school football, you got the Greater Baton Rouge State Fair, we've got the FIFA Halloween Fest, all this stuff going on. And you've got some school fairs. Weather should cooperate with all that. A little bit warm during the afternoon hours through the weekend, but it will be dry. And by the way, Matt, you were mentioning dry weather. One thing, Livingston Parish, who had rescinded the burn ban, now reenacting that burn ban as of, I think, this evening with the ongoing dry weather.
That was smart. I think that was smart to do. After 8, after 5 today.
That's right. Yeah, a little confusing. The band
Live
is
after 5,
after
after 8.
After 8.
Live after 5, after 8.
Coming up at 9 o'clock, this man right here. At 5 and he's going to preview his skimpy Halloween costume for tomorrow.
I'm sorry, did you say skimpy?
That's what he said. That's what I heard.
Johnny can dream.
Are you going as a weather forecaster?
Going as a weather guy.
Get ready to get stuff thrown at you.
See you guys.
The winning play is the Buy Here, Sell Here event at the Team Automotive Group. Buy here and save on hundreds of certified and pre-owned vehicles. Or sell here and we'll pay you top value. Buy here or sell here and you'll be the winner at every location of the Team Automotive Group.